Hey, it's Tony T, Talking Car Biz. Check it out today, 2024 Toyota Land Cruiser. It's back. Hey, this is a follow-up to a previous video, my exterior overview. In this video, I'm going to go ahead and dive inside and check out all the new features on the Land Cruiser for 2024. As I said, an all-new vehicle. Has some pretty interesting, unique features on the interior. So let's get started. Before we jump inside, I just want to cover the door panel, which has some interesting features. It does have a Soft-Tech fabric on the upper door panel, and then this is the first edition, so it's actually embossed in the armrest itself, and a contrast stitching here on the armrest, a kind of a light gray. So largely a dark charcoal or a black door trim, and then a satin silver door handle. We do have on the first edition memory driver's seat for two drivers, 1 and 2. Sets that up for the driver's seat, the power steering wheel, and the outside mirrors. Also your radio stations. One touch up and down on all 4 windows. Here's your mirror controls. Now we do have the power folding mirrors, and that's what this switch does right here. And you can set that up to automatically fold those mirrors in when you pull into a tight parking space or a garage. Put it in park and those mirrors will fold in all by themselves. Otherwise, down on the door there's a speaker here, there's a large bottle holder and a large pocket here in the door as well. Then down here is a puddle light as well. So the first edition does have some extra luxury items on there. As we head inside, you'll notice we have a full power driver's seat with power lumbar support, 2-way lumbar support. These are perforated seats, and they're also heated and ventilated, very, very comfortable with a height adjustable headrest as well as your height adjustable seat belt. Airbags are built right in the seat, so the airbags move with you as you move the seat forward. Keeps them in the best position for that. Also, we have adjustable bolsters here on the seat. So there's a little handle right here that you can tug on, and it actually lengthens the bolster underneath your legs. So if you have short legs or long legs, there's a little bit of an adjustment there. Kind of a nice feature. And again, that's a memory power seat as well, part of the memory switches here on the door. Take a look at the dashboard. There's some vents up front. There's 2 of these round vents, one here on the driver's side and a second one there on the passenger, and then the middle vents are more of a rectangular look. But these do go up and down. They're omnidirectional, and they also have an on and off switch on here as well. And then the bezels are kind of a gloss black bezel. Down here on the dashboard, we've got 4 switches here. Automatic high beams on and off, parking sensors on and off, dimmer switch for your dash lights, and your fog light switch is here as well. Then further down, the 120 volt outlet for the back seat and the cargo compartment. Power lift gate, gas door is here, and then our trailer brake gain is right here, so you can adjust that when you're trailer towing. Hood release is down here, footrest and typical rubber pedals on the brake and on the accelerator. Also, I mentioned the memory system does have a power tilt telescoping steering wheel. The other thing that's kind of nice, because this does sit up so high off the ground, there are passenger assist handles here on the driver's side, also on all of the other 4 doors as well. So if you're short like me, that's going to be come in really handy. And then this one does have the power moonroof on here as well with the cargo rack. That's an upgrade. Be sure and watch my exterior video and I'll tell you more about those features. But let's go ahead and grab a seat. Behind the steering wheel on the Land Cruiser up front, there is a lot of room up here, a lot of leg room, headroom, shoulder room. It definitely feels like a luxury SUV. Take a look at the legroom down here for the driver's seat. So I've got the driver's seat all the way back, and I can't even touch the pedals. There's no way I could not drive this vehicle without moving the seat up. So if you're a 6-footer, it's going to be no problem for you, especially with the legroom, headroom. The steering wheel's really nice on here. It's a leather heated steering wheel, nice and padded, very comfortable, kind of a squared off look, different than some of the other Toyotas. It actually says Toyota in the steering wheel where normally it's the Toyota logo, so that's a little bit different. And then there's some gloss black trim down here with a kind of a textured trim piece here as well. It feels a little bit like, well, there's some texturing on it. Over on this side, we've got our cruise control settings like we see on all the Toyotas now. We have dynamic radar cruise control, lane tracing assist, pre-collision, pedestrian detection, all built into here. And then radio controls are here. And then over on this side, we've got our Bluetooth connectivity if we want to make phone calls. We have voice activation, and then there's a little toggle here to raise and lower the volume on the sound system. Over here, we've got our headlight controls. We have automatic headlights, that is automatic on and off, also automatic high beams, and then our fog light controls are here as well. Pretty standard on Toyotas. We've got our driver's assist sensor right here. This is really an interesting setup here. This is actually watching the driver to make sure the driver's paying attention. One way to demonstrate it is take it for a spin and pretend you're looking at your cell phone over here, and won't take long before the Toyota starts to beep to tell you to put your eyes back on the road. So it's a driver assist package that makes sure you're paying attention to what you're doing. Over on this side, we've got our washer wiper controls, and there's a rear washer wiper with intermittent. We also have the automatic on and off for those wipers, so it'll automatically adjust based upon how much rain is on the going on outside. Take a look at our gauge cluster. So this is a 12, I believe it's a 12.3 instrument cluster, and it is really a big setup. It's all computer screen. We'll take a look at it in just a minute. The Land Cruiser comes with push button start because it does come standard with the smart keyless entry system on it. So in order to start it, just make sure you have your keys in your pocket or in your purse. Go ahead and put your foot on the brake and then hold in the button, and it will go ahead and start up for you. I'm going to go ahead and close this moonroof just to give us a little bit better lighting on that. So there we go. Now, again, all electronic instrument cluster. I'm just kind of covering it up over here with my hand so you can see it. But it's an all aluminum instrument or all digital instrument cluster. Let me turn this air conditioning down a little bit. It is warm out today, so I'm going to leave it on. You can see the tachometers on this side. Your fuel economy is also over on this side. Engine temperature gauge. Speedometer's digital right here, but then there's also kind of the analog style, again, all a part of a computer screen. Really a great looking cluster, and at night it really lights up nicely as well. Not a lot of reflection on it other than, like I say, the sun on this side right here kind of hitting it right now. But a lot of information can be found within the cluster, and you can actually change it around, you know, for different drivers. You can set up your own safety settings, you know, whatever you prefer. It's all controlled right here on the instrument or on the steering wheel, so really easy to operate. Really a clear setup with outside temperature, compass, your tire pressure monitors in there. So take a look at that when you get to the dealership. It's a lot of features inside that. Now, as far as our center stack and console, again, a 12.3 inch touchscreen. It's Toyota's latest hardware. So notice no buttons here, just one button over on this side, and that's going to be your volume and your on and off. Go ahead and turn that on. And I can show you a couple things on this one. This is a sold unit, so I don't want to really mess with the owner's first owner settings too much, but I want to show you some of the features I can. So I'm going to touch through here, and I'll just go to the radio. So on the radio, we've got AM, FM, Sirius satellite radio, Apple CarPlay wireless, Android Auto wireless, and it's Alexa compatible. Really great setup on there. Does have 4G connectivity as well, and it works with the driver's memory settings, so you can have two different drivers have their own preferences there. Just want to go ahead and put it in reverse and show you the backup camera. So really big, bright, vibrant backup camera with different perspectives. You just touch it and it changes. And then we do have the 360 view on here, so it's using cameras on the outside mirrors, cameras on the front, cameras on the rear, to give you kind of that overhead look and view of it. Notice we also have path projection, so as I turn the steering wheel, it lets me know my direction of travel when I'm backing up and such. So a really nice clear screen. There's a View 360 button down here. If you want to do a perimeter scan, you can go ahead and do that. Also, what you might notice is the mirrors. When I went ahead and put it into drive, those mirrors automatically tilted up and down because they have what they call curb adjustments. So it's going down to the ground, so I don't clip the curb when I back up. And also, I mentioned earlier, you can have them automatically fold in and out as well. So a lot going on with those mirrors on the outside. Go ahead and put that back into park here, and we'll head down the center console and just kind of show you. Here's those vents with, they actually have on and off switch. Here's your 4 ways. Then this is all your heating and air conditioning. So driver side heated seats, heated seat, passenger driver side ventilated seat, automatic temperature control for front driver and front passenger, heated steering wheel control, ventilated passenger seat, heated passenger seat, and then rear air conditioning and heating can be turned on and off right here. Front window defrost and rear window defrost is going to be right here. I really like the way they laid that out too. I like these toggle switches versus a virtual switch. Really very intuitive and easy to use. Now take a look further down. I'll move this out of the way. So here's your 360 view button. When you push on that, then it'll give you that overhead view up here. Below that are USB charging ports. Below that is the wireless charging, the Qi wireless charging system, so you can put your phone down here, drop it down here, and the system will automatically charge. Here's our driver select mode. This is where we can go ahead and change our preferences from eco, normal, and sport. And that does have a visual indicator up here on the gauge cluster. So red is going to be your sport, eco is going to be kind of that grayish white look, or normal, and then eco is going to be a little bit more of a teal coloring. So you do have a visual indicator of what drive mode you're in. You don't have to guess it. Then down further, more switches, drive modes right here to turn those on and off, multi-terrain select on and off, downhill assist with crawl mode is right here, and that too is going to give you that visual indicator. If you can see in the gauge cluster, as I kind of toggle through some of these things, you'll see it gives me some animations to let me know what I'm on. If I'm on, you know, dirt, sand, mud, rocks, what have you, all of that indication is right up on the gauge cluster. Of course, you have a visual indication here. What your shift modes are right here. You've got a leather wrap shifter, a little bit of black gloss trim on the inside of there, so really nice, comfortable grip and feel right off the end of the armrest. Easy to keep your hand on there on your armrest. Parking brake hold, traction control off, your differentials on and off, 4-wheel drive controls are right here. It does have the disconnectable stabilizer bar, so if you're going off-road and you want to disconnect that stabilizer bar to give you a little bit more play in the suspension, that's what that's for. 2 cup holders down here, a huge armrest. This is really cool. Check this out. So it's a padded armrest, but when you go underneath, this first edition, this is actually an ice box. It's a cooler, so you can put your food in there, your lunch, and keep it cool by pushing this button there. It's like a little cooler. It's not a freezer. It's not going to freeze stuff, but it's going to keep it nice and cool for you, that's for sure. Kind of a nice feature to have. Take a look over here at the passenger side. The seat's identical. These are really nice, comfortable seats. Look at those wide side bolsters, height adjustable headrest and seat belts, just like we saw over on the driver's side. the doors are set up identical in terms of the features. You've got a passenger assist grip up here, but then you also have one here on the roof line. There's a JBL speaker, so you've got the JBL audio system. Speakers right there in the dashboard. This is interesting, this piping right here. We saw that last on the Venza, in the doors on the Venza. Now they're using it on the Highlander. Just a nice touch. I'm sorry, the Highlander Land Cruiser. Just a nice touch to it. Of course, passenger side airbag here, side curtain airbags as well. And then we've got a nice locking glove box with your key, and a huge glove box with your owner's manuals all tucked away inside there. So a locking glove box is nice. Gives you some extra places to stow your stuff. Overhead, we've got lighted vanity mirrors on both front driver, front passenger. We've got visor extensions on both front driver, front passenger. And then our overhead console has a number of controls: dome lights, moonroof controls, safety connect. If you need help on the road, push that. Toyota will get your roadside assistance. These lights are here, all LED lights. Those are pretty cool. And then we do have the power sliding moonroof with the shade. Bring that open. It's a nice big moonroof. It's not a panel roof on here. It's a power sliding moonroof. And then the first edition also has the virtual rear view mirror. So you can see here we've got almost like a TV camera. It uses a camera in the tailgate to display what's behind you on the screen. It's really nice if you have a lot of passengers in the back that are creating blind spots. It's nice for that. We also have HomeLink garage door openers underneath here, 3 of those. And then you can flip it back to a normal-ish mirror if you want to as well. So top of the line features on the first edition. Really a great setup. Let's jump in the back seat. Before we sit in, I just want to show you the driver's door. It's basically the same door we saw up front. It does have the first edition embroidered into the door. The only difference is there's a JBL speaker right here on the door, and then there's a speaker down there. Up front it just had the lower speaker. Passenger assist grip we've seen. I want to show you these seats though, pretty nice. So they're a 40-20-40 fold down rear seat, and the great thing about it is it's a one handle seat. So you just grab this handle right here, pull on that, and the seat will automatically pop up and allow your back seat passengers to go ahead and get into the back seat. So I definitely like that design better than I've seen on, say, the 4Runner. It's just one handle and away you go. And also notice they added these step plates, so it's easy to put your foot in there and finagle your way back up in there. We'll jump in the back seat in just a minute. There are child safety seats, tethers on these seats as well. And then if I want to bring the seat back up, I can bring it back up like that, or I can just pull it up like so. Height adjustable headrest for your back seat passengers as well. Go ahead and grab a seat here. Here's a quick look up front from the back seat. Let me go ahead and open up the shade, get some extra light up there. Pretty good visibility from back here. These headrests are huge. They look like they're extended up, so from the passenger seat it kind of looks like this with the headrest all the way up. A lot of room behind the back seats. 2 pockets. Check out this legroom. That's a ton of legroom back here. Now I've got the seat moved forward a little bit. It's not all the way forward though, so pretty good legroom for sure. This is a nice touch. It's got Land Cruiser right here. And then we have our climate control, which is digital for your backseat passengers. We've got USB ports down there, and notice there is a 12 volt down there as well. And these are 2 USB-C ports, so easy to plug in. I wish they'd move these up in this area though, a little bit higher. I've seen that on other vehicles. It looks pretty nice and it's more convenient. So in the back seat we've got a folding armrest, 2 cup holders right there. Our secondary part of our seat, this can all come down. We've got vents up here. We've got passenger assist grips on the back seats, and then of course the doors do have privacy glass on them, but definitely a lot of passenger room back here. Unless you're really big people, you should be pretty comfortable in the back seat of the Land Cruiser. So this edition does not have the third row seat. What's back there is the battery for the hybrid system. Underneath this little door right here is where you find your toolkit, and then you have some additional kind of hidden storage back in there. But it's not designed to have passengers way in the back seat. This can come back down and then lock into place. So the Land Cruiser does have a power lift gate, and boy does it open up high and super wide. Getting cargo in here is going to be a cinch. So let's take a look at what we've got on the back side. Love this step bumper. Makes it easy to get in, but you can also sit down on that bad boy to change out your boots. Let's look at the tailgate up above. As I said, it does have the power lift gate, and you can program the height. Love these LED lights here, but check these out. Speakers. I think those are awesome. So this is a subwoofer, but part of the JBL sound system. When you go to tailgate, you're going to be able to get underneath here, lay your food out on the back here, and crank up the tunes. Perfect for Packer tailgating. Here in the back, lots of cool stuff. A 120 volt plug right there. Tie down hooks here. Cargo net hooks. Cargo cover hooks. Emergency first aid kit. Cup holders back here. A USB port right there. Boy, they got a lot of places to plug in. Here's your passenger assist grip and vents for your heating and air conditioning. A nice overhead light. More vents over on this side. USB ports, cup holders, more tie down hooks, and then under here a nice little storage cubby. Hide stuff. But a lot of room, and you can see I've got 60% of the seat folded down. If you drop 100%, you're going to see a lot of cargo room in the back. And then you also, when these seats are down, you still have some storage room up in here. So you should be able to get, I would for sure think of like a single air mattress if you want to do an overnight camp trip. This is going to be perfect for that. So there you go. That's a quick look at the interior of the 2024 Toyota Land Cruiser First Edition. Hey, the color on this one is sand, I believe it is, with the two-tone roof. What a good looking rig. Hey, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. This is Tony talking car biz. Thanks for watching.